Unit 10, Culture, Lesson 1, Do and Don't. Vocabulary. Avoid, avoid. Bless, bless. Bow, bow. Burn, burn. Claim, claim. Cope with, cope with. Happen, happen. Homeless, homeless. Landslide, landslide. Major, major. Moisture, moisture. Natural disaster, natural disaster. Palm, palm. Preparedness, preparedness. Reaction, reaction. Rehabilitation, rehabilitation. Slash, slash. Slope, slope. Soil, soil. The dead, the dead. The injured, the injured. Wrist, wrist. Good morning, John. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Ponsai, I am going to visit my friend's house at Ponhong. Could you tell me what I have to do? In Laos, if you go to someone's house for the first time, you should have a souvenir to give to the family and say Sabai to all family members. Really? What else should I do? Yes, while saying Sabai, you should put the palms of your hands together and raise them above your nose level and bow forward a little bit. Could you tell me what I don't have to do? Yes, sure. In Laos, there are many things that visitors don't have to do. For example, don't touch the head of adults. Why? In my country, if we know each other well, we can touch the head. But in Laos, if you touch the head of adults or elders, it means you don't respect them or insult them. I see. What else that I don't have to do? Well, while in Laos, don't hug a woman in public. Don't use your foot to point to something. Don't sit on the railings of the house. And don't sit higher than the elders when you enter someone's house. I see. Thank you very much. 1. When you enter someone's house, you should take off your shoes. 2. You should say Sabai to greet Lao people. 4. While staying in Laos, don't use your foot to point to something. 4. Don't spit when you see someone is eating. 5. Don't smoke in public buildings where there are many people. 6. Don't touch a monk or novice if you are a woman. 7. It is prohibited to sit on the stairs. 8. Don't sit on the railings when you enter someone's house. Abasi ceremony. Abasi ceremony is held when a family member is going to work or study far away from home. It is held to show respect and love to the family member who is going far away. It is also organized to wish a person who is leaving a safe trip. By the end of Lao New Year, most families in Laos organize a basi to send off bad things in the old year and receive the good fortune in the new year. The basi must have a multi-tier of flowers, or makbeng in Lao language, a blessing master, or mapon in Lao language, some boiled eggs, some boiled chickens, cotton thread, and some alcoholic beverages. At the basi, relatives, neighbors, and friends sit around the multi-tier of flowers and wait for the blessing master. The ceremony is conducted by the blessing master, chanting in a mixture of Lao and Pali to convey blessings to guests. During the chanting, all guests put the palms of their hands together and bow forward a little bit. When the blessing master finishes the chant, he uses the thread to tie the wrist of the person who is leaving and family members. After that, relatives and friends come to tie the wrists of the person who is leaving with the thread. After the wrist tying is finished, the food and alcoholic beverages are served. Finally, the ceremony ends with happiness. A landslide. A landslide is one of natural disasters that cause large damage to properties and agricultural areas. In Laos, the landslide is frequently happened in the northern part of the country. During the rainy season, the landslide can be seen very often on the roads to Luang Prabang, Udamsai, Luang Namta, Bokeo, Pongsali, Sieng Quang, and Huapan provinces. When it rains heavily, 2 or 3 days continuously, the soil on the slopes of the mountains cannot absorb and hold the water. It then slides down the slope and hits the houses of villagers and spreads over agricultural lands. Sometimes it claims the lives of villagers and properties. When there was a landslide, a lot of people were homeless. Some of them were injured or killed. The landslide is mainly caused by heavy rains, moisture of the land slope, earthquake, heat of underground rock layer, and formation of soil. Also, the landslide is caused by people. For example, slash and burn method of production, mining, construction, and tunnel construction. However, when the landslide cannot be avoided, people can do something to reduce the damage caused by the landslide. Where there is vulnerable to the landslide, the community should have preparedness, reaction, and rehabilitation plans. The preparedness must have a well-trained rescue team, situation projection, rescue plan, task team, and equipment. Along with the preparedness, the community must have a reaction plan, which includes searching for the injured and the dead and helping them with great care. To implement the reaction plan, the community must have the first aid team to treat the injured before sending them to the nearest hospitals. When the dead are found, cover the bodies with cloth and send to responsible persons. After the rescue work over, the rehabilitation is really necessary. The community should get together to repair the damaged houses, build temporary shelters for the homeless, fix the infrastructure of the community, and help villagers to be able to cope with the disasters by themselves. These are some necessary measures to response to the landslide or other natural disasters.